What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters. Welcome to No Life Till Metal. It's time for rock metal updates. That's right, it's time for a rock and metal update. This rock metal update is for October 2016. Going to be mostly metal update this time around. Probably will do a two-part for October. Do a little more of the rock stuff later on this month, but for now, going to be probably just mostly metal stuff. Starting off with a twofer, same band, but the second album from Death. This is another in the recent releases from Relapse Records. This is Death, Leprosy, their second album. Ed Repka cover. It's a classic album, classic. By today's standards, this sounds like thrash to me. But back in the day, this was the beginnings of death metal. Just a classic album from them. And glad to have it on vinyl. I've had it on CD for decades, but was glad that Relapse is finally releasing some of these because these things are just way overpriced. Original pressings, and these new pressings, they sound fantastic. They look fantastic. Most of them include extras, including the back cover art, and they've been coming with these little extra inserts, such as this one here. So you got some photos, kind of a collage of photos that are from that time period, as well as the lyrics and band photos. Nice packaging, very, very nice. I'm really glad to have these. I just read that Sound of Perseverance is going to be also being re-released on Relapse on vinyl, which is exciting to me because that's my favorite Death album. I absolutely love Sound of Perseverance. So, Death, Leprosy, and as well, this is Viva the Vidium. This was just this past year on Record Store Day, and this thing just disappeared like crazy. Just couldn't find a copy. My buddy Bill Bafford went to several stores in California looking for a copy for himself and me, and just couldn't find one. They just weren't around. They were gone. They just snapped up so quickly. This is live at Eindhoven, 1998. This was released on CD several years ago. Matter of fact, the CD is sitting right here. This is the original CD pressing. But it was finally released on vinyl this just past year on Record Store Day. I picked up this copy from Keith Tabler on a buy and sell page on Facebook for a very good price. These things are selling for really crazy money all of a sudden. I'm talking like $50 and over, which is crazy. These things were selling originally for like, I think, $25 on Record Store Day, double live album, and I've got mine for about that same price. So very happy to have it finally in my collection. Death, live in Eindhoven, 1998. Vivus Dividium. Next up, we got a classic thrash band from LA. This is Abattoir, featuring, of course, Steve Gaines. Steve, who was also in Bloodlust and now has a killer band. We've got quite a few albums out called Anger is Art. If you haven't checked out Anger is Art, do check them out. But this was their second album, I believe. I think they only released 2 albums, and this completes that collection. Another one I picked up off the DC buy and sell page. This one here I picked up from Rob Colwell. Great condition. A little bit of wear on the cover. You can kind of see right in the back here. But really in good condition for an album from 1988 or so. 85. That's earlier than I thought it was. Alright, next up, this is a brand new release, but it's an old recording. This is Manilla Road, Dreams of Eschaton, and Eschaton. And this album was actually, Aaron, the Metal Theologian, recently did a second part in his Manilla Road video series. And he talked about this one. It's also under a different name. It was also released under Mark of the Beast with some really, really cool cover art. But this is an album that was recorded in 1981, I believe, between Invasion and Metal, but not released until many years later. Apparently, this is the same exact release that was released as Mark of the Beast, obviously with a different cover art, and this track order is changed around. I'm not sure why the track order was changed around. I haven't read anything online from the band or from High Roller Records as to why. I'm not sure if one is correct and one is not correct. I don't know. Regardless, it's a really good release. It's definitely a different band than, you know, the heavy metal band most people know of. This was more of a 70s influence style, but I still really dig it. I love this all the photos in the gatefold. This is on standard black vinyl with a standard high roller center ring. But really glad to finally have this one. I would have been happy to have a Mark of the Beast as well, but just happy to have this one. And as usual, on High Roller, it always comes with the extras, so there's an insert, which is mostly just lyrics. And the standard High Roller insert, which also has the other releases on the label. And that's it. Dreams of Eschaton, Manilla Road. Recorded in 1981 and released. This particular copy released in 2016. Another one I picked up on the buy and sell page on Facebook. This is classic new wave British heavy metal from Bitches Sin. This is Predator, one of my favorite artists, Rodney Matthews. This is from 1982, 81, somewhere in that area. So it's very early, you know, new wave British heavy metal. A little more, leans a little more towards the hard rock side of that sound than like a band like Raven or Venom or those kind of bands. More along the lines of, you know, where Def Leppard were doing early on, that kind of thing. But killer cover art and a good album. I like it. It's yeah, it's solid. It's on Heavy Metal Records, and you can see here's this the center ring. So we can show it right side up. As well, from Bitches Sin, this is Invaders. Haven't even taken this one out of the plastic yet. It's still in the. It's still got shrink wrap on it. I do not keep my albums in shrink wrap because it tends to warp records and destroy album covers. After a while, the shrink wrap can bond with the ink and ruin the cover, so I tear it off and put them in, you know, better sleeves. Anyhow, Invaders, Bitches Sin, with the hype sticker. This one's on King Classic Records. Just like get it out of the little insert out of here. So there's your collage, lyric sheet, and the center ring. Sticking with the classic stuff from the 80s, this is another one I picked up off the buy and sell page. This is Acid Rain, UK thrash metal band. This is The Fear, their first full-length album. Moshkinstein was their very first album. That was more of an EP, which, you know, I thought I had that. I grabbed this, so I was listening to it, I'm like, man, I want to go hear Moshkinstein now. Went to the shelves to grab it and realized I don't have it. And I even had it on my list as having it. So I don't know why I thought I had it and didn't. But regardless, this is their first full-length album. Just straightforward thrash metal from UK. Not all that rare, but a good album nonetheless. UK Applecore. And I actually did find a copy of Moshkinstein as well, which I'll show later when it arrives. I found one for very cheap on Discogs. So. Same seller on the Facebook page. This is the second album from Savage. Hyperactive. I'm trying to remember the year on this one. I can't remember. I think it's like 82. Regardless, Hyperactive. Second album from Savage. I have their first album. I've never owned this album, so when someone had it on there for cheap, I snapped it up. And there you have it. New wave of British heavy metal. Another from the same page, different seller this time. But this one I picked up, again, all these were probably $15 or under. And this one applies to that as well. This is Iron Angel. And this is Winds of War. I have the original CD pressing of this and their other album still to this day. But, you know, I kind of keep my eyes open for the vinyl copies. And this one popped up for, like I said, under $15. So I snatched it up. Classic album. These guys are usually considered thrash metal. To me, they're more of a speed metal band. They're cleaner, they're more straightforward heavy metal, but they have some of the speed and some of the elements of thrash metal. Not metal church like though, but just more speed metal. I don't know how else to explain it. Just very good stuff from Germany. Iron Angel. Gotta love the look too, man. You got the Iron Angel Hellish Crossfire shirts. Got a couple guys wearing those, and the Torn. I used to dress like that in the 80s, believe it or not. This one I was really glad to get. And again, this is one that I had to sell a few things to get this because I wanted it, didn't have it, never seen it show up before, so glad to get it. This is Tank War of Attrition on vinyl, double vinyl, live 1981. Of course, classic, power trio, a lineup of Augie Ward, Peter, and Mark Brobs on guitar and drums. And then it's got a second vinyl, which is just full of early demos from 80, 81. And then a couple of extra live tracks thrown on the bottom from 82. TWD AMO and Blood, Guts, and Beer Live from 82. A few radio sessions, and then all the demos. This is just a fantastic release that I picked up. And you can see the price on here is, it says $50. Yeah, I didn't pay anywhere near that. Not even close. But thing's mint. Glad to have it. Gatefold. Tons of photos, collages of the bands, bunch of memorabilia in there. Again, new wave of British heavy metal, classic stuff. This definitely falls more on the end of heavy metal. Motorhead-ish, straightforward. Tank is great stuff. So I've been picking up a lot of new wave British heavy metal stuff recently, obviously. And here's another one. Glad to have that one. I think this thing's on white vinyl. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. I already listened to this thing a couple times. I'm fairly sure I'm accurate. Yeah, it's white vinyl. Maniacal Records. I can't remember what year this vinyl reissue came out. Several years ago, but 2006. So a couple more awesome albums. Now this is a new wave of traditional heavy metal band from more recent years. You guys know that in recent videos I've been showing a lot of Ram, that is a band I've really been getting into, trying to buy up all their stuff. So I found a copy of this one, Ram. This is Forced Entry. I can't remember the year on this one, but this is a 2016 reissue. So these are out there. I heard it was a limited run, so snag them before they're gone. As well as Lightbringer. And as of right now, I haven't given this one, I haven't given Forced Entry enough listens to really say whether it's a favorite or not, but of all the Ram material so far, Lightbringer is becoming one of my favorites. This album is fantastic. I think it's just on standard black vinyl. Yeah, black vinyl, which is what I try to buy if I can. It's available. It seems like black vinyl is more rare than colored vinyl these days. Again, High Roller Records, 2016 reissue. I don't know how limited the pressing is. I just read that it was limited pressing, so there you go. A couple from Ram. Keeping on. This is actually one that I've had for quite a while. I haven't showed it because I didn't get a chance to listen to it. And then Greeno showed it in a few videos ago, so I pulled it out and gave it a spin. He had mentioned that he thinks this is an important record. Kind of like some of those early new wave British heavy metal records were important. He thinks this one is important to the modern new wave of traditional metal movements. This is Heavy Metal Killers from several years ago, 2009 on Earache Records. But it features some bands on here who were then unknown, who are now very well known. You got White Wizard, Cauldron, Enforcer, Ram, Portrait. All those bands are fairly well known these days, and this is early material by them. Some of it I think might even be demo material that wasn't released on vinyl. And then you've got some other bands on here that aren't as well known. HOD, Crown and Glory, Celtic Legacy, Voltax, and Solitude, Cast Iron. So yeah, it's a very good listen from front to back. I like heavy metal compilations like this that focus on a specific genre of music. In this case, just straightforward heavy metal. Heavy Metal Killers, 2009, Earache Records. Another one I got from that vinyl buy and trade page on Facebook. Just one that I missed when it first came out, and a band that I collect everything by them, and I usually buy their stuff as a brand new release. For some reason I bought this one on CD first, went to buy the vinyl, it was just impossible to get. But this is Overkill White Devil Armory gatefold, and it is a picture disc. So let's see the gatefold first. Shot of the band. Picture sleeves. And then picture discs. And I'm not a huge fan of picture discs. I don't mind them. I think modern picture discs tend to sound pretty good. I've heard some really good ones that sound just as good as any black vinyl. Here's the other record. But again, like I said earlier, I prefer black vinyl, but in this case, this picture disc popped up for a decent price, so I snatched it up. Again, this one I picked up from Rob Caldwell on that Facebook buy and sell page, and it was well priced, so I took up an offer. Alright, a couple more and then I'll be done for this episode. This is, I actually bought these together. I bought 3 Havoc records at one time for $20 for all 3, brand new sealed. And I already have their second album on vinyl. I have the original first pressing that's hand numbered on black vinyl. These reissues on black are colored vinyl, and they're gatefolds, which the original was not a gatefold. So I decided that I'm going to gift on the second album, but I'm keeping, of course, this one because I didn't have it. This is the first album, Burn. Fantastic thrash metal from Colorado. One of my absolute favorite bands from this new wave of thrash metal that's been happening for the last 10+ years. And this album is just great. Get on a treadmill or a stair stepper at the gym. Put this on your headphones and see if it doesn't give you a bit of a pump as you're trying to work out. That's what I use this for. Saw these guys live on this tour. I saw them live on several tours actually. My band actually opened up for them once. Great guys, excellent band. Glad to have this on vinyl. Havoc, Burn. This is a year on this thing. 2009. And then this is a double album. This is Unnatural Selection. This is their last album. They have a new one they're recording now, but this is the last thing they put out. And it includes the Point of No Return EP, which is on the... I hate when they take a full album that should have been on one album and split up into 2 discs. That's not the case of what they did here. What they did here is they have the full album on disc 1, so you got side A and side B, which is all of Unnatural Selection. But then C and D is that EP, split 2 songs each, released as like I guess a bonus disc on the vinyl. So you've got Point of No Return and From the Cradle to the Grave, which were original songs, and then you've got a Sepultura cover of Arise, and then Postmortem Raining Blood Slayer cover. So very cool. Gatefold. And it is on a colored vinyl, like I said. It's pretty cool colored vinyl like that. Kind of matches the album cover, the yellow and green splatter. And Burn's got actually a pretty nice looking colored vinyl as well. Burn, here's the gatefold. And this is a single album. And it's on a purple and green splatter vinyl. So there you go. That's my update for October of 2016. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think of these albums. If you have heard them, if you haven't, check them out. And that's it. Thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. God bless. Stay strong.